He was a giant, a towering figure in the annals of American labor history, whose influence and charisma were unmatched. A legend in the world of organized labor, Jimmy Hoffa's name became synonymous with the fight for workers' rights and the power of collective bargaining. Jimmy Hoffa, the firebrand leader of the Teamsters Union, commanded respect and instilled fear. His fiery speeches and relentless advocacy for his members made him a hero to many and a formidable adversary to others. His sudden disappearance shocked the nation. It was as if a giant had vanished into thin air, leaving a void that would never be filled. On a summer day in 1975, Hoffa vanished without a trace. He was last seen outside the Machus Red Fox restaurant in Bloomfield Township, Michigan, and then, he was gone. No ransom note, no demands, just silence. The world waited for answers that never came. Hoffa's disappearance became a national obsession. News outlets covered every angle, and the public speculated endlessly. It exposed the dark underbelly of unions, the mob, and the tangled web of power in America. The lines between legitimate labor advocacy and criminal enterprise blurred. Theories swirled like smoke in a backroom deal, each one more tantalizing and sinister than the last. Was it the Mafia, silencing a loose cannon? Hoffa had made many enemies in the underworld, and his connections to organized crime were well documented. Did rivals within the Teamsters orchestrate his demise? Power struggles within the union were fierce, and Hoffa's return to power threatened many. Or was it something more personal, a betrayal from within his inner circle? Those closest to him might have had the most to gain from his disappearance. Decades have passed, but the mystery endures. Theories have come and gone, but the truth remains elusive. Hoffa's ghost still haunts America. His story is a haunting reminder of the dark side of ambition and the perilous dance with power. The unsolved case serves as a reminder of the fragility of life, the allure of power, and the enduring grip of secrets. It is a tale that continues to captivate and confound. It's a story of ambition, betrayal, and the price of loyalty in a world where the lines between right and wrong blur in the shadows. Hoffa's life and disappearance are a testament to the complexities of human nature and the often murky waters of power and influence. The search for answers continues. Investigators, both professional and amateur, have spent countless hours poring over old files and new leads. Each new lead, each unearthed clue, reignites the hope of finally uncovering the truth. The quest for closure drives many, even as the trail grows colder with each passing year. But until then, the legend of Jimmy Hoffa remains a cautionary tale, a story that warns of the dangers of unchecked power and the shadows that lurk behind the scenes. A reminder that even the most powerful can vanish, leaving behind only questions and the chilling echo of what might have been. Hoffa's legacy is one of both triumph and tragedy, a complex tapestry woven with threads of hope, fear, and intrigue. The enduring mystery of Jimmy Hoffa continues to captivate the imagination, a story that will be told and retold for generations to come. His disappearance is not just a historical footnote, but a symbol of the enigmatic and often perilous nature of power. James Riddle Hoffa, born in 1913, knew hardship from a young age. His early years were marked by the economic struggles that defined much of early 20th century America. Born in Brazil, Indiana, Hoffa's family faced the harsh realities of a nation still grappling with the aftershocks of the Industrial Revolution. Growing up poor in Indiana, he witnessed firsthand the struggles of working-class families. The Great Depression only exacerbated these challenges, leaving many families, including Hoffa's, in dire straits. This period of economic turmoil deeply influenced Hoffa's worldview and his understanding of the importance of solidarity among workers. Dropping out of school to help support his family, Hoffa took on various jobs, developing a strong work ethic and a keen sense of injustice. From a young age, he was no stranger to the grueling demands of manual labor, working in warehouses and on loading docks. These experiences not only honed his physical endurance but also instilled in him a profound empathy for the working man. It was during his time as a warehouse worker that Hoffa's path took a decisive turn. He saw the exploitation and mistreatment of workers by their employers, which ignited a fire within him to fight for change. Hoffa's early encounters with labor exploitation were pivotal, shaping his future as a labor leader. Recognizing the need for collective bargaining power, he became involved in organizing efforts for the International Brotherhood of Teamsters, a fledgling union representing truck drivers. Hoffa's involvement with the Teamsters began in the 1930s, a time when the labor movement was gaining momentum across the United States. He quickly realized that unity was the key to securing better conditions for workers. Hoffa's charisma, tenacity, and natural leadership qualities quickly propelled him through the ranks. His ability to connect with workers on a personal level, combined with his unwavering determination, made him a formidable force within the Union. Hoffa's rise was not just about ambition, it was driven by a genuine desire to improve the lives of his fellow workers. As he climbed the ladder of the Teamsters, Hoffa earned a reputation for being both a fierce negotiator and a ruthless tactician. His negotiation skills were legendary, often securing significant concessions from employers. Hoffa's strategic mind and willingness to take bold actions set him apart from other labor leaders of his time. He understood the needs of the working class and fought tirelessly to secure better wages, benefits, and working conditions for his members. Hoffa's efforts led to tangible improvements in the lives of countless workers, from higher pay to safer working environments. His dedication to the cause earned him the unwavering loyalty of the Teamsters. However, his methods often blurred the lines between legitimate union activities and the shadowy world of organized crime. Hoffa's willingness to engage with unsavory characters in pursuit of his goals drew criticism and suspicion. While some saw him as a hero of the working class, others viewed him as a dangerous figure willing to do whatever it took to achieve his aims. By the 1950s, Hoffa had risen to become the president of the Teamsters, transforming it into one of the most powerful unions in the nation. Under his leadership, the Teamsters grew exponentially, becoming a dominant force in the American labor movement. Hoffa's tenure as president marked a period of unprecedented growth and influence for the union. His influence extended far beyond the trucking industry, reaching into the corridors of power in Washington, D.C. and shaping national politics. Hoffa's connections with politicians and his ability to mobilize the Teamsters' vast membership made him a significant player on the national stage. His political clout was both a source of strength and a magnet for controversy. But his meteoric rise came at a cost, attracting scrutiny from law enforcement and making enemies within the ranks of both the Teamsters and the Mafia. Hoffa's complex relationships with organized crime figures and his aggressive tactics drew the attention of federal investigators. Despite his many achievements, Hoffa's legacy remains a contentious and multifaceted one, marked by both triumph and controversy. The summer heat hung heavy over Detroit on July 30, 1975. The city was bustling with its usual energy, the streets filled with the sounds of car engines and people going about their daily routines. The sun blazed down, casting long shadows and creating a shimmering haze over the concrete jungle. It was a day like any other, until it wasn't. The ordinary rhythm of life was about to be disrupted in a way that would leave an indelible mark on history. Jimmy Hoffa, the once untouchable union boss, had a lunch meeting. Hoffa was a man of immense influence, known for his charisma and his iron grip on the Teamsters Union. His presence commanded respect and fear in equal measure, a meeting he never showed up for. The restaurant staff waited, puzzled by his absence. The table reserved for him remained empty, a silent witness to the unfolding mystery. Hoffa had told his family he was meeting with two powerful figures, Anthony Tony Jack Giacalone, a Detroit mobster, and Anthony Tony Pro Provenzano, a New Jersey Teamster official. Both men were notorious in their own right, their names synonymous with the dark underbelly of organized crime. The location, the Machus Red Fox restaurant, a popular suburban eatery. It was a place where deals were made and secrets were whispered, a fitting backdrop for a meeting of such significance. The hours ticked by. No Hoffa. The minutes stretched into hours, each tick of the clock amplifying the growing sense of unease. Concern turned to panic as the afternoon wore on. Calls went unanswered. Friends and family began to worry, their calls met with silence. The absence of any word from Hoffa was deeply unsettling. His green Pontiac Granville sat idle in the restaurant parking lot. The car, a symbol of his presence, now stood as a stark reminder of his sudden and inexplicable absence. The man who had built an empire on loyalty and intimidation had vanished. Hoffa's disappearance was not just a personal tragedy but a seismic event that shook the foundations of the labor movement and the criminal underworld alike. The disappearance sent shockwaves through the nation. Headlines blared the news and people everywhere were gripped by the unfolding drama. The mystery of Hoffa's fate captured the public's imagination. The media went into a frenzy. Reporters scrambled for any scrap of information. their cameras capturing the anxiety and speculation that permeated the air. Newsrooms buzzed with activity, each outlet vying to break the next big story. Law enforcement launched a full-scale investigation. Detectives and agents scoured the city for clues, their efforts a testament to the high stakes involved. The search for Hoffa became a top priority, a race against time to uncover the truth. But Hoffa, the master strategist, had seemingly outmaneuvered everyone, leaving behind a void of unanswered questions and a trail of speculation. His disappearance was a masterstroke of mystery, a puzzle that would baffle investigators and intrigue the public for decades to come. The legacy of Jimmy Hoffa, both feared and revered, was now enshrouded in an enigma that would endure through the ages. The Machus Red Fox restaurant, an unassuming establishment on the outskirts of Detroit, became an unlikely landmark in history. It was here, amidst the clatter of dishes and the murmur of lunchtime conversations, that Jimmy Hoffa was last seen alive by anyone. The restaurant's parking lot, where Hoffa's green Pontiac Granville sat undisturbed for hours, transformed into a notorious crime scene. Forensic teams scoured the area, searching for any trace of the missing labor leader, leaving no stone unturned. Every inch was scrutinized, every potential clue meticulously documented and analyzed. Inside the restaurant, investigators interviewed staff and patrons, hoping to piece together the events leading up to Hoffa's mysterious disappearance. Witnesses reported seeing Hoffa's car, but no one could definitively confirm seeing him enter the restaurant or leave with anyone else. The Machus Red Fox, once a symbol of suburban normalcy, became forever linked to one of America's most enduring mysteries. The restaurant's name became synonymous with intrigue, speculation, and the unanswered questions surrounding Hoffa's fate.